Okay, perfect. Welcome, everybody. It is December. Everybody who's on here, you are very committed to this PTA, and we sure appreciate it. We are going to come in hot. We're going to start off with some shout outs and wins. Want to start out by acknowledging November. November was a month, and the response that we had during the ICE and CBP activity could not have been done without Julie Sheffer and Nikki Moore. They really helped guide the ship, and we're going to talk more about that later. But I just want to take a moment to recognize the yeoman's work that they did, the amount of rides that they were able to sustain for families, the amount of meals that they were able to get out into our Collinswood community. We, in talking with other PTAs, very uniquely positioned to rapidly respond. We already have the communication infrastructure in place with GroupMe. We're already a fairly tight knit community. So that all was extremely helpful. And actually, in talking to some of the other PTAs like Sale and Huntington Farms, they all started their own similar communication channels now after this event. So thank you, Julie. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you to everybody. We're going to touch on that more later, but thank you. Another shout out in the similar vein, during that week or 2 weeks, we had such tremendous response from the Collinswood community that we were also able to, I'm just going to call it, adopt a school, our nearby neighbors at Montclair. They were very much so affected. I think in talking to their principal, they had like 70 or 75% of the students absent on that Monday. We were uniquely positioned to be able to help them. And Bailey Machuca, Valerie Frawley, and the second grade parents raised $1,000 to help with the food needs in that community. Their principal has a special relationship with those teachers, got those teachers out in the community themselves, actually, to go to some of the bus stops that are most heavily populated to help urge the families to send their kids to school, which seemed to be effective. So thank you, second grade parents. Thank you, Bailey and Valerie, for leading that effort and getting their food pantry well stocked. They are so grateful for you. We are so grateful for you. Amazing. Another shout out to Dominique Bala. I had to lean on her a bit to get all the celebratory snacks for the 3rd through 8th graders this past Friday. So she did a big Costco haul for me. Thank you. Ross Glenn, if you did not see, Ross spoke at a most recent CMS board meeting in regards to Say Yes to Recess initiative. If you didn't know, we have currently 30 minutes of recess. Ross has been very passionate about this topic, and he will talk about it at the January meeting. We'll have a little more of a deep dive on it. But essentially, short version is there is a push in this state, and he is actually one of the people helping to lead the charge to change the state law to increase unstructured time in our schools. This was done successfully by a group of moms in Tennessee recently. They asked for 60 minutes. They got 40, better than 30. And we don't want that time to include transition time. We want their unstructured time protected. And this isn't just K through 5. This also deals with middle school. So he passionately spoke at a CMS board meeting on the topic. It is mostly, as he's delved into it, going to be a state fight. Fight's probably an aggressive word, but you know, it's a state thing. So thank you, Ross. Love the passion. Melody Milton reached out to me. She had this warehouse full of school materials. I wish I was tech savvy enough to pull up pictures for all these things. But she recently donated a ton of pens, sticky note tabs, like the big ones, the good ones, folders. I put them out one day for the teachers. Guys, it was, I think because there were just so many sticky notes, there's still a few of those left. Everything else was gone within 2 hours of the school day. It was crazy. It was early Christmas. Super excited. Thank you, Melody. That was super rad. If you guys ever have something that you think might be useful for the teachers, reach out to me. We'll discuss. And then last but not least, Carrie Kessel. If you haven't caught it, there's been a couple Collinswood connections, one in November and one last weekend, last Friday, which was not the most glorious of weather, but we still had it. And it's just a easy way for people to come together, eat, drink, and be merry, and let those kids run off energy and hang out. It's casual. Thank you, Carrie, for leading that. And we look forward to more connecting in 2026. That concludes our shout outs and wins. And we'll move on to agenda items. So first, I'll just keep on talking. We have the president's report. Again, just want to acknowledge what took place a few weeks ago with ICE and CBP in town. We know that, there's still an ICE presence here. To note, to date, there has not been any activity on CMS campuses, including our own. Currently, we are gathering summaries, as the board, we are gathering some summaries of what we did, how things went. Should something like this arise again, do we need to make any adjustments to what we did? What worked, what didn't work? So we'll keep everyone posted on that as we roll into January. Next up, there has been a strong desire now for a while, if you've been hanging out on these meetings, for a fence along Tyvola. We know that Tyvola has terrible traffic. There have been traffic calming measures, unsuccessfully calming traffic, but measures nonetheless. I know what we would like to see is fence. Tina, put yourself on mute, girl. It's okay. You look cute. So a fence would be helpful to help mitigate what at some point could be a disaster with a wayward child and a wayward car. Just as of last night, there was a terrible accident right there in front of our campus. One of the parents may be on the call, sent me a video that her dad took, which we have made Safe Routes to School aware, as they're kind of our liaison with the city and CDOT. I have made CMS aware. No response yet. There is a paper trail with, I have 3 accidents on there so far. The answer to the fence as of last spring was no. They came out and did a site visit, Nicole Porty and Dennis Lacaria. Dennis is no longer with CMS, but at the time they determined that there was a safe enough distance from Tyvola and where playing should end. That was interesting. I had a response. Oh, we'll just put it that way. So I'm continuing that paper trail. If you see an accident, if you can safely take pictures and videos, please send them to me. I will continue this venture. On a positive note, we do have a quote for a fence. The fence would just be along the Tyvola part. It would not separate the campuses because, again, this is still all one big parcel of land. We do not know where that division will take place when and if the Smith property ever gets sold. The deal that was supposed to be done by December did fall through. So the board is discussing that quote, if extra money should go towards that, or if we should keep pushing CMS to pay for it. For what it's worth, the quote is $11,500. Okay. Next up. I've reached out to Cunningham Recreation for. Oh, yes. What's up?
Just in that meeting with the new district rep Stone, she mentioned that she might be able to assist with that as well. So hopefully in the next 6 months, we can expect more aggressive movement.
That would be amazing. And we are going to talk about that meet and greet. I super appreciate you being there. Thank you, Gerardo. Fun Run is going to be starting to meet in January for phase 2. That would be for 2 big umbrella sunshades on the other playground. They have to adjust their quote because prices have went up. So I'm waiting for that to see what they come back with. I will keep you guys posted. There was a patio proposal, and Ms. Modine, if you're on this call, I'm about to invoke you.
Yes, ma'am.
About to have like a soda upstairs, like Sprite.
Yes. Why do you have an open? Okay. You know what? Sorry. Okay. Patio proposal.
I'm here, Sherry.
Oh, good. So Outdoor Beautification was working hard for a patio proposal. They were going to do pavers. CMS didn't like the pavers because of upkeep in the future. And the patio we're talking about is right outside the cafeteria. It gets super muddy. It's where the OG garden beds were made. Then there was a stamped concrete quote, I want to say, and they still didn't love that. And Modine, the last I heard was you have reached out to find out what will they say yes to.
Yes. Yeah. So someone did come out and they were going to take it back and look and see what options we would have, because it's like, okay, you keep telling us no. Well, what will you say yes to? So that's where we are right now, is what will you say yes to?
Got it.
And so I'm waiting for a response. And if I don't get a response by the end of this week, I will be reaching out to them, because we definitely want to make that more of a place where kids can hang out. And right now it's just a mud pit.
Yeah. Perfect. And these things that we're all discussing, guys, are kind of, well, not the sunshades, but these extra dollars with invest, things that we can do, capital campaign needs, one might call it. There's a group of passionate parents who want increased movement for the kids at the school. I met last week with the Atrium Health Pediatric Injury Prevention Coordinator on our campus to see kind of some of the things that they could help us with outside. There's some awesome paint designs. I think I briefly may have went over during a meeting. That could have been a board meeting, but I think it was one of these meetings. I can't remember. But we can do some cool painting of streets on our blacktop pavements. We're coming up with a plan, some things to engage the kids, and it's kind of a bridge of safety of, hey, when you see these lines, we stop and we look both ways. Mainly to benefit our younger kids, but not all. Some of it can be like fun world map. The Foursquare game, which we have out there, but looks kind of sad. It's a little old. Stuff like that. We'll come back to that later when there's more of a firm plan. I'm just letting you know what's kind of been happening behind the scenes. Dominique Ball is going to talk to us in a little bit about the sensory walk that we indoor beautification purchased at the end of last school year to go in the kindergarten through first grade hallways. Don't forget, next Friday are our room parties or the CASA celebrations. If you are being asked for a few dollars, please don't forget to give your room parents that money. As a former room parent, you do end up ponying up some of your own cash. I think some of that is to be expected. You kind of know that, but just don't forget them. VIP dance. I didn't forget about it, but we might cancel it because no one's really stepping up to lead it. And I know this is like the bane of Priscilla having done such an amazing job for so many years that it probably seems very intimidating to step into that role. Priscilla already has the food planned and a DJ. Dominique will lead with decor. Pretty much just need someone to be the point person to make sure like ticketing is getting taken care of and that Priscilla and Dominique are staying on task. And it would be nice to have that person, maybe even to consider doing that for a couple years. And Modine and I talked last Friday, just Valentine's theme. Keep it simple. It's scheduled to be the weekend before Valentine's weekend. Sweetheart dance. Bring your sweetheart. If we don't have a lead by the end of Christmas break, I'm going to cancel it. And then we're just going to take that $5,000 and do something else with it. It'll be awesome, whatever we do with it, but a sweetheart dance would be kind of cool too. So that is the end of my president's report. You now have a break from listening to me, and we're going to call out Lisa Pugh, our wonderful treasurer, and she's going to give us a little report. Take it away, Lisa. Bueller.
Get myself off mute here.
Okay.
It has certainly been a November. And in spite of that, our group's been super busy on a whole bunch of cool stuff as well, other than the unplanned stuff we would have never wanted. My transactions are showing activity for, well, I won't take the thunder from our biliteracy night fundraiser, but that went very well. We had spirit wear activity. We had, lots of invest receipt activity. What else was on the square? Choir receipts we were collecting for their situation. And yes, and then our teachers, we've got only 5 so far. I'm not sure if this is unusual. Only about 5 that are completely out of gas as far as like regular teachers that have spent everything already. And then none of our special teachers, I don't think, are out of money yet. Our account balance as of today is $91,049.17. And, oh, the only other thing is I'm kind of making little adjustments and allocation things in preparation of our final tax preparation. We extended. There was just so much going on. And so we kind of extended that so that I can really do some like detailed work on the worksheet that we need to get that taken care of. And I think that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you. I have been made aware of some needs for our Collinswood athletes. So things that their currently in their line item is $1,500. In discussions with Mr. O'Gorman, Ms. Hairston, the needs sound like they would be the following. For the concession stand, that's going to run again. Money is going to go directly back into the athletic fund. And athlete snacks. I know some of the parents are coming together to help with that, but the kids are starving after school and then have to perform as athletes. So snacks seem important. $186. They estimate the year-end banquet about $600. Cheer hoodies, $400. Basketball warm-ups, $680. Basketball hoodies, $347, which comes to a total of $2,213. So the deficit there is $713. So tonight, I would like to make a budget amendment motion. And I move that the PTA reallocate $1,000 from the Invest in Your Child line item to the middle school athletic fund.
I second that.
Okay. So we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Anyone in opposition? Okay. I will do better next time. I probably should have left some space there for some questions. I apologize, but seeing as we're all aligned on this, we will pass that budget amendment motion. So we're going to move $1,000 from the Invest in Your Child campaign line item to middle school athletic fund. Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, Kristen. This is actually, I sound like I know what I'm talking about. This Kristen did everything. I just wrote it all down. So thank you to my amazing elementary VP. Okay. Next up, we have advocacy. Harry, are you on?
Yep, I'm here.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, so from an advocacy standpoint, I think you hit a number of the points Sherry talked about. Ross's work on the Say Yes to Recess initiative, and you mentioned the fence that we're working toward on Tyvola. I think you mentioned the wrecks that we've seen. There was a wreck on December 5th that knocked down a utility pole, and then last night there looked like an injury crash on Tyvola. So continues to be a problem there, and we're continuing to communicate with CMS and CDOT and SRTS around that. On November 25th, Jessica Frater-Cangelo, Marla Wadsworth, and myself met with CMS and SRTS to talk about, other initiatives on, on our side of Tyvola for the sort of walking areas. And the things that we discussed were improved signage and road markings for the school zone, including school indicators at the intersection of Londonderry and Kentland. We talked about bigger safe routes to school endorsed walking zone that hopefully will enable more walkers. We understand that the only currently approved walking zone is for students living in the apartments directly across from the school route, directly across from the school as it currently stands. We talked about the possibility of a remote walking school bus drop-off and pickup location at Montclair Elementary that could get kids walking from Collinswood to Montclair with a safe routes to school kind of overlay. We discussed a sidewalk completion from Kentland to Londonderry, sidewalk being put in from Londonderry, on Londonderry from Tyvola to Emerywood, and a sidewalk on Londonderry from Kentland to Winsley. We also talked about the possibility of getting stairs on the grassy walkway that's on the side of the school from Kentland. In terms of an update from CMS, they are supposedly putting up new signage on Flagstaff this week. That's according to CMS. And on the SRTS side, the update is that she is working on I guess the walking zone and the walking school bus. She doesn't have a timeline yet, but it's something that she sees as feasible. And so we're kind of awaiting further update from her on that. The sidewalk improvements seem to be problematic because of the cost at this point. And so those are basically the advocacy updates for this month.
That's awesome. And I don't know if everyone noticed in the chat, this also ties into advocacy, but the group of parents that's very passionate about creating more time for movement and unstructured time at school. A lot of them reached out to Ms. Modine. We talked to Ms. Modine, and thank you, Ms. Modine, for being receptive. And we actually got a change implemented. Instead of the K through 2 students having makerspace as one of their specials, it's now going to be a movement class. So momentum in the right direction. And Harry, thank you for staying. Harry was like, what do I do in this advocacy role late spring? And I was like, oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And look at him dominating. I love it. Okay. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate it. Next up, we have Kristen. She's going to talk about the Cynthia Stone meet and greet. If you are unaware, Cynthia Stone beat Lisa Klein in the District 5 CMS school board election this past November. She was a former Park Road Montessori teacher for several years. We wanted her to see how wonderful we are. And thank you to all the parents who were able to go since it was scheduled for yesterday morning during our 2-hour delay. So Kristen, Gerardo, Nikki Mankey, Robert Koch, thank you guys. Kristen, give us a little debrief.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It was fantastic to meet Cynthia, and it was our first meeting. She actually got sworn in yesterday, so during our meeting, she was like, I haven't even technically been sworn in, but it was a great opportunity to share, exactly like Sherry said, share with her a little bit about our community and our school and give her a little bit of a heads up as to what's going on. I do want to reiterate super big thanks to Gerardo, Robert, and Nikki for coming because it was a wonky morning yesterday. with a 2-hour delay, but we did not want to reschedule with Cynthia again because we had done that once for our original meeting that was during all the work that we were doing when the ICE raids were happening. So a couple of things that we shared with her that I think were really just to give her some grounding. Lots of things we've talked about here today. We talked about the fence, say yes to recess. We talked about moving the makerspace to movement. With her background in Montessori, she's really big on empowering kids and developmentally appropriate play and learning. So she was really excited to hear about some of those things. We did talk about the play structure fundraising for the kindergarten and first grade courtyard. She was absolutely blown away to hear that our PTA might even have the opportunity one day to be able to continue to support that kind of thing. One of the things that we did talk about was the 3-year turnover for many of our teachers due to visas. That's something that's not unique to our school, but it is something that I wanted her to be aware of. That's a challenge that has been mentioned in a lot of different places. And then we did talk about safe routes to school along with the fence. And she was really excited about that, Gerardo. I think you alluded to that earlier. She really wants to get involved there. I think what was great meeting her was that she had a lot of enthusiasm and she really wants to kind of solve all the problems, but importantly, she was like, I understand that my role isn't able to solve all the problems in the world. So that's good to hear that she's tempered with her understanding of where she can help. And she's already written to us and said some things that she wants to follow up on. So I think it was a fantastic first meeting. And I encourage, if we have others, I encourage all of you to come out. It was a great group of kind of a diverse group of folks who are involved in different ways in the PTA and the school. So great opportunity. And thank you for allowing me to share a debrief of how that meeting went.
Yes. Did you wear that shirt yesterday when you met her?
No, I did not. But can you see it?
Oh, okay. No, I could only see bite me.
It says bite me with little gingerbread. Because, I mean, we buy
That's
these
great.
things and you don't ever wear them. I only
That's
wear
true.
them for like the kids' school party things. And I was like, no, I'm going to wear it today. So that's what you get.
That's awesome. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Great report. Love to hear it. Next up, all things middle school. Middle school parents, listen up. We got Jasmine, Mandy, Rukia. They're going to give us middle school update, CASA update, field trip fundraising. I'm going to let them start. Whoever wants to start.
Hey, this is Mandy.
Guys. Oh, go ahead, Mandy.
Okay, thanks. Just real quick, I wanted to say thanks to everyone who supported the middle school fundraising at Shake Shack for our 7th and 8th grade Philly trip. We had a really big turnout. Everybody was talking about how many people were there. I was hoping to have results, what we got for the fundraiser back to y'all for tonight, but I do not have that yet. So I'll let you know as soon as we get that back. I also wanted everybody, middle school, to be aware of the middle school winter CASA party, Friday, December 19th. It'll be after the field trips from 3 to 4 p.m. The winning CASA, whoever has the most points, gets a pizza party, and that'll be at 2:40. And so it'll just be the winning CASA party that will get the pizza. And then, of course, afterwards, all the CASAs will have their party. I will send out a sign-up genius tomorrow for signups for drinks and treats and volunteers for that party. But we're looking forward to that, 3 to 4 on Friday the 19th. That's it for me.
Nice. Thank you. If you don't know, Mandy is our CASA coordinator. First year having it. Bang up job. Thank you, Mandy. And then did I see Rukia? I know I saw you on here.
You did. Sorry.
Yay!
Sorry, I apologize.
That's okay.
Yes. So this Friday, we do have Friday Dress Down. This is, of course, for the fundraising for the Philly trip for our 7th and I think 8th graders too. Forgive me. It is $2 for dress down. And there'll be wristbands that are being sold. It's, of course, again, to raise money for the field trips. Please forgive me. Some of the logistics still need to be confirmed, but there will be someone there to sell those wristbands. It's $2. There will be an online option as well, but it will be a 36-cent fee in order to do that, in order to purchase. And then just trying to think, the wristbands and such. So just again, bear with us, more to come. You will see something tomorrow, I promise. And additionally, if anyone would like to assist with this, more than welcome to do so. Please feel free to reach out. I'll leave my contact information in the chat, but I would be happy to have someone assist with me in regards to the fundraising. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Question, Principal Modine, if you're still on the call, I didn't think to ask this, but can anybody at the school pay to dress down, or is this just middle school? Sorry, no pressure.
I'm still here. Yeah, it'll be for anybody. We had some confusion about there was a middle school event that was going to be on Friday.
Okay.
We're changing it back to where it's going to be like the dress down day is open to everybody.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Awesome. Yes, participate. Adam Corticus made a sign up page. You guys will see it tomorrow. Check GroupMe, social media. We would love to get more people helping for those fundraising initiatives, and that's a pretty fun one. Okay, and then Jasmine, are you on the call?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Yay. Oh, there you are.
I'm still here. Hi. Hi, everyone. So yes, definitely a big shout out to Mandy. Definitely taking and rocking the Casa initiative there this year. So I'm very grateful and appreciative of all your help. Definitely be volunteering for this next event. So I'm excited. As for me, my focus will be the winter dance. So it's I know there's some confusion out there about changing of the date, but it is confirmed that it is on January 30th, 1:30 to 3:30 in the multi-purpose room. Starting next week, I will start planning for that. So I'll be on the lookout for the Sign Up Genius for the snacks and for volunteers to help during that time. So super excited. I think I'm gonna reach out to Miss York to see if we can get a poll on like different themes for the party, for the dance, for the middle school dance, to see what we're thinking amongst the middle schoolers, and then just run with that. So I'm excited about that. Definitely enjoy playing the middle school dances. So that's about it for me. Oh, and I did want to say thank you to everyone who dressed up in those blow-up suits. The middle schoolers love them. I was looking through the chats the other day, and all the parents were like, I just want to say how much we appreciated Principal Modine in the inflatable suits. I was like, yes. And whoever was in the pink, I don't even know what it's called. It looked like some ocean creature, but it was super cute. And
the pink axolotl. That was Dominique.
Axolotl. There you go. I can't even say the word. But even my high school student was like, whoa. So yeah, definitely loved it. So definitely in the chats, you could see that everybody was appreciative in these past couple of weeks. And I personally, the Aguilar family wants to send out kudos and shout outs to all the parents that were out there supporting the community and delivering food and bringing students to school. It definitely shows how strong we are as a community and as a Collinswood family. So thank you so much. And be on the lookout for the middle school dance sign up geniuses soon here. Thank y'all.
Beautiful. Thank you, middle school mamas, holding it down. Appreciate you all. Moving right along, we have Elena, another middle school mom. She leads Spirit Wear. If you would like to join that committee, it is very exciting. You get to help choose new things. You can help light up the faces of our students with the deliveries. And Elena's going to share some new spirit wear that we have.
Hi. So we have our new gold pullover hoodies. We have our same navy zip up hoodies. And I mean, in my opinion, I love the yellow, the gold, the bright colors, but I mean, I'm partial, being the one who chooses it. But we do need more people to help out. As you know, I'm transitioning to try to hand over stuff that I'm doing to other people because, my daughter only has the rest of this year and next year. So after that, I won't be at Collinswood anymore because she's my baby. And so, if you're interested in helping out, it's not really a high demand job. We've made it to where, like, I've made the system, I've placed the system in place that it's an easy to pick up and just go, because the majority of the work is just counting inventory and making the shipments, like ordering all of the stuff. So because all of the like, my English is gone. I can think of the word in Spanish, but like all of the deliveries is done by our helping hands. And so that was great that we were able to implement it into that and make it into just a working system that will be easily transferable over to the next person. Because before it was lugging boxes around everywhere. Like, you have no idea how many times that I had boxes stacked to the ceiling in my house because we would have an event over the weekend and I would have all of that stuff in the back of my truck. And so I would have to bring it in the house and unload it so that I could use my vehicle during the weekend. And so now we have it to where it is all stored at the school. It is all managed and everything at the school. We have put in place our lockers and all of that. So, if anybody wants to come and help take over, now would be the time to do it, since I'm still here for another year and a half. So if you had any, difficulties or anything, I would be right there to help along with it.
Love it. It's not too late for you to have another kid. So
No, it is definitely, we are definitely way past that.
we don't even want to think about you leaving. Thank you. And are you drop your email in the chat?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will drop my email in the chat so that if anybody is interested in helping out, they can email me and we can start on training, even though there's not much training.
What are you making over there?
Nachos.
Oh, okay. Now we're all hungry. Next up, we're going to talk a little Black History Month with Crystal, Dr. Fling. Are you guys here?
Crystal Marie is here.
Yay!
Sad to hear that Elena's wrapping up her time with us at Collinswood. Don't make any threats to me, Sherry, about having more children. That will not be accepted. But super excited about Black History Month 2026, you all. It's the 100th year of celebrating Black history. So that's pretty awesome, pretty cool. And we're basically doing two things. The first thing, and anyone's welcome to join us, by the way, in helping us get this together. I'll put my email in the chat if that's helpful. The first thing is we're doing murals, 3 murals, one's for K through 2, one's for 3rd through 5th, and one's for 6th through 8. And each of those murals have a different Black history theme. The first one is Black history in STEM, so scientists, innovators, engineers, all that stuff I can't do. 3rd through 5th is Black writers and artists and entertainers. And then the middle school is Black leaders, political figures, and activists. And so if you all remember last year, me and Dr. Fling spent quite a lot of time ourselves manually putting in all these images in the murals. We thought it would be more enjoyable for us, but also informational for the students to be able to actually put those images directly in their own grades. So we'll guide them, we'll give them all the things that they need to fill in those murals with different pictures of people and places that represent those themes, and then create a nice little collage. So excited for that and excited for them to learn something new. And then the other thing is a contest that we're going to host, and there's going to be an option I don't even know who gave it this title, but that's awesome. A Century of Black History Commemorations. But essentially, there's an opportunity for students to either write either an essay or submit an art project. The world is our oyster. We have no limitations on it on one of two topics. What Afro-Latino figure inspires you? Or, and we just changed this, it's been 100 years of Black history. It was founded in 1926. Why is it important in 2026? So you can either write an essay or represent your answer with art. Then we'll have a winner for writing and a winner for art, and one for elementary and one for middle school. So get your little Jaguars excited and ready, but we'll have more details in the flyer, and I will share that out over the next couple weeks. Did I miss anything from any of the other folks that are connected to this?
I'm here. I'm driving to Shelby, but
Hey.
that sounds great.
Yes. Awesome. And I'll put my email in the chat in case anyone wants to join us in getting some of the stuff together.
Perfect. And yeah, it was Ms. Modine, A Century of Black
Of course
History.
it was. Thank you, Principal Modine. We love that.
Yeah, that's the theme for this year. So it's amazing to think that it's been 100 years.
I know. And it started as a week and then it became a month. So we won't complain that it's the shortest month of the year. It's still a month. So we'll take it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, ladies, for leading the charge again. Sean, I'm sorry you have to work at Shelby tonight. That's gross. Thank you for making the effort to be here. Not that Shelby's gross, the drive. Sorry, if anyone's from Shelby. Shelby is not gross. The drive, yuck. All right. Dominique,
sorry, when I see Stacy's note, I did hear about that. That is very unfortunate. But yeah, that might be something for someone to discuss in their essay for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Stacy. Next up, Dominique Bala. Are you on here?
I'm here.
Yay! Take it away, my friend.
Yep. So just a quick update on the sensory walk. We have an approved location, and now we're just looking at different dates to get it installed. Right now, I'm looking at January 17th or January 23rd. Now, the 17th is a Saturday, which means somebody would have to let us in. But the 23rd is a teacher work day. So it's actually quite a huge bundle. It's all like rainforest and kind of jaguar-y themed. And we're looking at also purchasing a second one for this second and third grade hallway. I've got a couple parents who have volunteered to help me if their schedules allow. But if there's anybody who is very unafraid of those sorts of home installation type things where you only have one chance to do it and get it right, come join me. I have a heat gun, which might make things a little more forgiving. Other than that, for indoor beautification, I'm working with our muralist who did the big jaguar outside of the gym to find a date and time, hopefully maybe over the summer, for her to come in and make any touch-ups that she can to it, and then we'll go ahead and take a day to seal it as well to protect it for the long term. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Modine says she'll be here January 17th.
Sounds like a plan.
Do we have to pay for touch-ups?
Yes,
I'm not
but
familiar.
it's super cheap.
Okay.
I mean, the wall itself does not actually have a lot of damage, and since our lovely little children are short, she doesn't really need any, scaffolding or ladders to get to where she needs to go.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. That is great. Look forward to a sensory walk. If you guys want to join Dominique, she is going to leave her email in the chat. That way you can reach out. That'd be really fun. Maybe second and third grade hallway can get one, depending on how this one goes. All right, fifth grade fundraisers. Tina O'Brien.
Hi.
You're up, sister.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Hi again. Sorry. Okay, so thank you, Sherry. And thank you, everybody. Happy to be giving an update on our first fundraiser yesterday for the 5th grade field trip to DC. We had a bake sale at the Biliteracy Night, as Lisa mentioned earlier. Thank you to Lisa for the support, and also Jamie Clifton and many, many parents who made delicious baked goods and made hot chocolate. There was not one drop of hot chocolate left. It was all gone. There were a few baked goods left, which are going to go on the bus tomorrow with the kids to the chorus performance, the 4th and 5th grade chorus. So many thanks to you guys for being part of that, either making food or buying and eating food or for your children. So that's the report out. Oh, yes, the trail mix was awesome. Nice to have some variety. Should I report the amount? I don't know if that's a Lisa thing.
Well, report it. I mean, sorry. I was going to say report it and it should be about right.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be in the minutes, I guess, but just for everyone's knowledge, because it's always nice to have estimates of, we had no idea how many to plan for, how many people, how much to expect. But, I Googled it and it was like 500 is pretty good. And we made over 6. So just a little bit over 6. So really happy with that. It doesn't go real far with 100 5th graders, but not all 100 are signed up for the trip. Maybe we can change that. But so that's our first effort. And then Naomi actually reached out about a chess tournament Saturday to do concessions. I did not get any pickup from 5th grade parents. So we are opening it up to 7th and 8th and maybe 6th if Jeremy's on. Basically, any of the other grades that have fundraisers that they want to do or just an opportunity to raise some money. It's merely just bringing, I don't know, I was picturing Costco snacks, individually wrapped chip bags or Pop-Tarts or cans of soda and water, and selling them for $1 or $2 each at the chess tournament, which is at the school on Saturday. It just requires a body and somebody to go run to Costco. So that's open. Happy to talk to somebody about it further if you're available and interested in doing that for your child's grade, if you're involved at all with those other fundraisers. But if there's anyone on the line who can do it for 5th grade, that's great too. And I will help you and get you, set up. If not, 6th, 7th, 8th, I mean, it's really not a if then 6th, 7th, 8th, but anybody who can do it, it's basically open right now for the taking. So that's an opportunity. And, we're hopeful that others like that can come up where we will have people. December's a tough month to add more to the calendar. And I understand that. So that's out there. And then we do have a restaurant night next week. Speaking of a busy calendar. So if you liked Shake Shack, you might love Bobby's Burgers. It is Bobby Flay's Burger Place in South Park, and they are donating proceeds, a percentage of proceeds to Collinswood to the 5th grade trip next Wednesday. So Shake Shack was for middle, this is for 5th, and very special thanks to Christine Kite for setting that up. So that is coming up next week. It's I think I saw it in the newsletter today, so thank you very much for that. And then we will have more to come in January as well. Anything else I saw Jamie's on, other 5th grade parents or Kristen?
Hey, Tina, I was just going to say that if others are willing to help with the concession stand on Friday, I'm more than happy to get it set up and kick it off. We just can't stay the full time.
Yeah.
So it's from 10 to 3.
Yeah.
So if someone else wanted to do that, we can divide the funds afterwards, but we just can't stay the whole time.
Yep. It's a hard one, a hard Saturday in December, but great opportunity if someone can, because as you can see, just from one event, you can make definitely a couple $100. So every little bit helps. We do want to make sure we're sharing the links for not only proceeds toward helping all of the kids, kind of cutting down the cost for all, but also scholarship, students and other opportunities where we have kids who might not be able to go at all. So we're trying to help cross promote for that as well.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Collinswood, just always stepping up. What do you say? This can't get any better than that. Thank you, Tina. That was great. Very cool. And just so everyone knows, that chess situation did come up last minute. No balls were dropped. That was a last minute situation and an opportunity for someone possibly. Okay. Oh, I'm up next. Okay. Christmas is coming, and perhaps you are the type of giver that wants to give experiences. And I wanted to put on your radar that we have two planned. Two sports related spirit nights or days, nights. The first of which is going to be February 1st, a Charlotte Checkers game versus the Providence Bruins. It's a 1 p.m. game. I am going to drop the link for that. I think it's under $30 a ticket. I want to say maybe it's 25 something. It's 25 and some change. It says on there. And I believe it's $5 a ticket we get back as a PTA. Generally, this one brings us in about $500 or so, 500 to 1,000. And then the other one we have organized is going to be Charlotte Hornets during their Hispanic Heritage event versus Miami Heat. And I believe, what did we settle on? The first 40 kids from our group to get tickets, they will be selected to go out onto the court at halftime and high five the teams as they return from the locker rooms. That's pretty awesome. I am going to drop the link there, and you all can scurry to get those tickets as well. I believe that's also one. I'm so sorry, I was ill prepared for this. To be honest, I planned these like in September because I was trying to get on the horn. And I should have went back to my notes. I believe we get $5 back on each of those tickets as well. Regardless, we get something back for each ticket sale. And Charlotte Hornets offering the halftime high fives for our kids, first 40. Checkers is offering something too, and I'm going to have to go back and look. I don't think it's high fives. I might have selected like a shout out on the Megatron thing.
In years past, it's been that they'll have Collinswood listed as part of the groups on the Jumbotron.
Yeah. I think I tried to select something else too. They're being very generous back in September with their I'll circle
And
back
the
to that.
Checkers are very good. They went all the way to the championship last year.
Yeah. And these are great opportunities. I would say I don't have a middle schooler, although she feels like one sometimes. And I would say these are great events for middle school as well. So bring the whole family, give the gift of an event this Christmas, and that is all for that. Next up, last but not least, Collinswood Cares, Nikki Moore. You're up, sister.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody here tonight. I am so grateful for the Collinswood community. Over the last couple of weeks, Jaguars have stepped up in such a big way, especially in light of the unprecedented actions with Border Patrol and ICE in our community. I can run through just like a couple of things that are big just off the top. We did so many rides. I know that a lot of people were connected with families on their own, but through Collinswood Cares, we worked with about 43 people to arrange rides to and from school for their children so that they could get to school safely and be there in the classroom. We did over 200 bags of groceries for not only our school families, we gave groceries to over 70 families, but also families around the Collinswood neighborhood, so our neighbors there. We had a presence around the school, both for safety and also a visual army of volunteers showing that we care and support our community. There were axolotls, I think I pronounced that right. There was smiling volunteers, there was kids, there were so many people saying, I can, and I'm really proud to be around such great people and to have worked with all of you. We also raised over $6,000, which helped us with groceries and other needs that our families had during that time. And we have money also as we go forward. Angel Tree is happening now, and we have a huge list this year because obviously what happened over 2 weeks has really huge consequences and the reverberations. While there was the immediate need that we've met, the reverberations of all that happened is going to continue. Our families, there's still a lot of fear, there's a lot of concern. And so we have resources, thanks to everybody's generosity, to hopefully try to meet those needs as they arise in the future. In Angel Tree, we have a huge list this year, but we've gotten so many volunteers that have signed up to bring gifts for families, which is great. As a reminder, those are due on Friday, and there may be a couple gifts left if you're feeling inclined. Please feel free to check it out. You can also leave your email in the chat, and I'd be happy to email you. I think, and this is kind of a personal comment on it, but one of the things that really meant so much to me were the connections being made, both with parents that were at the school, but also our families that didn't feel safe coming. There was a lot of gratitude from those families, a lot of feelings that Collinswood was standing with them because we were. And for those that gave rides or, connected with people during that time, I would just urge you to continue those connections and that support. Those kind of connections, they're hard to come by. They're really meaningful. They're really important. They make our school strong. They make us the place that we want to be a part of and we want our kids to be a part of. So continue, if you gave a ride or you helped a family during this time, please continue to reach out to them, see how they're doing, continue to support them. Please be in contact with Julie or I if we can continue to do stuff too, because we've done a lot, but the work always continues. So thank you to everybody.
Nikki, I can't help but say, I saw Bailey's note in the chat about how amazing you are. And I don't think, I know many of us are not on camera right now, but a round of applause would never do justice to all of the time that you spent and the leadership that you provided and making this possible for all of us to support the community. But it's not over and it's not done. And I think, I mentioned earlier in the chat, I saw a family last night and there were tears in her eyes. And, some of us, some of the national work that I do with my organization, I was trying to explain to a colleague, it almost feels like in COVID, right? Where everything, it was this traumatic experience and the world shut down in a way, right? And so the paradox here with this is that so many people go about their regular lives and things continue. And yet for the fear that is induced in so many of our community, regardless, it doesn't have anything to do with status even, And so I think I made the comment in the chat too about the advocacy committee and how can we continue, to your point, Nikki, to maintain those relationships, that communication. How can we process and grieve together as a community, but also continue to advocate and support so many that are in our community that yes, maybe ICE moved on to the next city, but this is not done. And I understand the, challenges and the complications and fully respect the difficulties that some of our leadership might have in supporting this, but I feel this is for those of us that love our community and what Collinswood is all about, and that value our students and our learners' ability to focus on school and to be educated and not live in fear. That that we need to find a way as a school community, as a PTA, advocacy committee, to maybe have an open forum to talk about the experience that we all went through together, and that unfortunately in many ways we will continue to experience. So
thank you for that, Stacy. I think those are all really, really good points and feedback that I've heard from a lot of our families that they are so grateful, and they know that things are somewhat back to normal, but there remains a lot of fear, and I think the more questions we ask and the more work we can do behind that, the better our community will be.
Nikki, thank you. That was amazing. Just speechless. Thank you. I'm going to send it over to Kristen to run through our upcoming events. The conversation doesn't end tonight. And like we discussed in the beginning, the board will be talking about next steps. And we'll keep everybody posted. Go ahead, Kristen.
Awesome. Thank you. We have a good couple of days coming up in the next 7 days. Lots of fun things to finish out the year. One thing that is exciting for tomorrow, we have another home basketball game against Charlotte East, which is another language academy. I do want to just personally say thank you to Lisa and Elena for helping. We're going to do the concession stand, as Sherry mentioned. We're going to continue that. And then there's also 3 parents that I want to shout out over this game and also on Monday who have signed up to help: Mika Permenter, Julie Sheffer, and Faith Green. Similar to what Elena was saying, this is my last year at Collinswood, and we just started doing the concession stand for winter sports last year. I would love to see that continue. It's not currently a huge fundraiser, but I think there's a lot of opportunity for it to raise money and also to get kids involved with a lot of things that are super helpful when it comes to the skills that you need to successfully do a concession stand. So I do hope that some of these parents that are signed up to help can take this over as we go forward. But thank you to Lisa and Elena as well for helping me get everything set up for tomorrow. And then we have, as Tina mentioned, Bobby's Burgers, and then as Mandy mentioned, I believe, the CASA event next week, and then the winter classroom parties. Anything I missed, Sherry?
No, I will just shout that in January, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
I added those. That was not you. I added them last minute. Yes, the home basketball game when we come back, mark your calendar, Marie G. Davis on the 8th. And we do have a Noche Familiar scheduled on the 16th.
And I will just say, if you guys have not come to one of our basketball games, it is really fun to see. Your kids don't need to be in 7th or 8th grade or even 6th grade. Bring your younger kids. The game that they played against Druid Hills on Monday was a nail biter. They won by 1 point, I believe, and they were behind by 5 most of it.
Thanks, Camden.
Camden,
you did amazing.
That's one of your cheer captains that's super excited about things. But in any case,
not one of them.
Okay. But if you all have the opportunity, they are all there. Yeah, Danny.
Just another event to add on there. Actually, for tomorrow, the 4th and 5th grade chorus will be performing at the Speedway Lights up at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So they're actually having 2 different performances in the same night. So if anybody wants to go see Christmas lights and go see the Cantantes de Collinswood perform, they will be there. I think it's 6 p.m. is the first one.
Thank you, Danny. That was, apologies. That was a miss, and they are going to do great. Do we have to pre-buy tickets for that, by the way?
You just buy them online,
Okay.
and then it's like per car.
Cool. Everyone noted. All right. Oh, thank you. $5 off CLT cheap. Doing it. All right. Does anybody have any comments, questions, statements of passion that they would like to put out there before we close the evening's meeting? No. Awesome. Okay. That was successful. Oh, okay. I was making sure I wasn't missing anything in the chat. Thank you all for being here. Like Kristen said, please consider going to a game, even with young kids. Buy concessions, take over concessions. I want that to continue when I'm in middle school. It sounds really cool, and it is a great way to get involved. And the games legit are fun. They really are. Our kids love them. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming to all these meetings through 2025. 2026 is going to be great. We're going to continue the supports, and you all are amazing. So thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, all the things. And thank you.
Don't forget Happy Honda Days.
Happy
Holidays.
Toyotathon. Feliz Navidad. Have a good night, guys.
Sherry, don't forget to officially adjourn the meeting.
Oh, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Everyone happy about that?
Second.
Okay.
In favor.
Bye.
Any toast? Want to keep going? All right, we're ending. 8:12. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.